Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Portugal. A bright and sunny time down in the Algarve. We're at Portimao for the Portuguese Grand Prix. Normal race weekend this time around. Thank you for the great support on what was a feature-length special last time out in Brazil. Thank you very much, Editor Chris, for the monster effort involved in getting that video to you guys. 1 hour, 15 minutes. Longest F1 video I've ever made, or Chris has ever made, or both of us has ever made. So this one should be shorter, but hopefully it's still pretty lengthy because that means it's action-packed. If it ends in a similar result, I'll be happy. We are currently 13 points clear at the top of the drivers' standings, with Lando out of sorts with regards to his form of late. Charles Leclerc is back in some decent form. George is red hot at the minute as well. And, well, let's be honest, Max Verstappen in his Red Bull is getting up there with the fight as well at the minute. Red Bull are now, with regards to performance index, on par with ourselves, McLaren and Ferrari. And Aston Martin are right there as well now, apparently too. So 5 teams have effectively a very, very, very similar car. It's almost like real life F1 this season, isn't it? So 13-point lead in the drivers, a 28-point lead in the constructors. So hopefully, if George can keep putting in the results and I can not bottle it, we should win the constructors personally for the 2nd year in a row after winning out of Ferrari last year. But the most important thing for us is the Drivers' Championship this season. This is the last season we're doing on F1 24, and we would love to end with a title. I've not won a Drivers' title since I think F1 22? Maybe even F1 21. I know, bit of a drought. So, let's jump in. Portugal is a track I absolutely adore to drive, but the AI are strong here. We've upped the difficulty back to 104, so we're back where we were after obviously tweaking it for the outlier of Brazil. So things should be just as competitive as they ever were. And fingers crossed, this will be a very fun race weekend at the very least. I'm going to go sort my setup out, get as many resource points in, or let's be honest, we can't use the resource points, but certainly the data is important in terms of outlining what our strategy might well be for the Grand Prix. And fingers crossed, we can be competitive again and challenge for a win and or strong podium. Do be sure to drop the video a like if you're enjoying the content, by the way. I'd very much appreciate it, and ensure you're subscribed to the channel for the F1 25 stuff when it arrives. If you're wanting to get F1 25 for yourself, subtle plug, and you're wanting to get it on PC, then do so through the EA app, not Steam, and use my discount code Chesnoid, and you can get 10 to 15%, 15% discount on your copy on PC. So do make sure to do so. You save loads, I earn a little, everybody wins, and fingers crossed we can channel that theory into the Grand Prix, and I'll get a dub here as well. Dubs all round, boys. Dubs all round. Practice complete, and very happy with the setup of the car. I think we might be slightly slow in a straight line, but we're definitely comfortable in the car, which is half the battle, of course. So I anticipate maybe not necessarily challenging for a win here, but I think a podium is a definite possibility. We might get lucky with some safety cars, etc. We'll wait and see, just to confirm that difficulty is back at 104. So we shall put some fresher parts in the car now to ensure that the car is going to be as competitive as it possibly could be heading into the final few Grand Prix of the season. So if I have an absolutely dead qualifying session anywhere, then I will just put brand new parts in. But at the minute, I don't want to take a grid penalty because that could significantly negatively affect my chances in the race. But the weather for qualifying, as you can see there, is overcast. Maybe rain at the end. If that 45% was due to turn into 50+% the other side of that, then maybe it could come a little bit early. But the race itself is going to be overcast, but definitely dry throughout. So, quali time.
And we've been pushed down to P20.
15-1. All right, it wasn't horrendous in the end. Top 5, maybe? 8th. That is tight at the top. If Fernando was a 15 flat and I was a 15-1 and I'm 8th, that is outrageously close at the top end of the field. It really is. Oh no, Lando went 14-8. Charles 14-8, Max 14-9, Oscar 14-9, Fernando 15 flat, George 15 flat. So it's 2 in the 8s, 2 in the 9s, 2 in the flats, 2 in the 1s. In fact, I set the exact same time as Pierre Gasly in 7th. Well, there is a little bit of time in that lap, but There's not 3/10 in that lap, and certainly they'll go even faster still in Q3. We should make it to Q3, but I don't have much confidence of qualifying in the top 5 right now. Both Hasses out in Q1 alongside the Saubers. Teo Porcher there as well. Ollie Behrman scrapes through. Surprised to see the Hasses all the way down at the back now. They were a front-running team when we left them, and they've just gone since. God damn it. I hate that corner so much. It's another very scrappy lap. Nowhere near. Nowhere near.
Good lap here or out of qualifying.
That's me out. 15.234. I'm certain I'm out. 11th. Yeah. 2 scrappy laps in qualifying. In Q2 at least. And we will start 11th. Outside the points. This has now turned into a very, very, very important Grand Prix weekend from here. Piastri is also out, which is a surprise. And Fernando in the McLaren as well, so it's obviously a very tight field. I mean, 3/10 separate first to 13th, so yes, it's a very tight field, and effectively make any mistakes and you will be punished. I mean, there are less than half a tenth differences between 5th and 8th, and similarly between 1st and 3rd, and just over that to 4th. So less than 2/10. Basically 2/10 separate the top 10. That's nuts. That's so close. That does mean that we know we're competitive because we're not 11th and 7/10 off fastest. We were 11th with a poor lap and 3/10 off. So in terms of race strategy, it's not actually going to change that much. We're just going to have to do a little bit more overtaking than initially we might like to, but one would imagine we'd have the pace to keep up with what probably will turn into quite an elongated train, and an undercut might well be very powerful here. So we will do our best to make sure we get the strategy right. Any grid penalties for rivals would be lovely. None. Charles P1, Lando P2. That's not ideal, is it? In the slightest. Title rival number 1, second. Title rival number 2, first. Gasly 5th. The RBs are very quick. It was in the rain, though, as you can tell from the lap times, and we will start 2 places higher than we qualified, thanks to penalties to other drivers, including Lewis Hamilton, who will start 14th. Tsunoda starts 17th. He would have been above me as well. So they're the 2 positions we've gained. What does the strategy look like? Is it a 1-stop? Is it a soft 2-stop? I wondered whether it might be. My personalised is slightly better. Obviously, I'd like to be on soft tyres at the end. If others are on mediums, I certainly will follow suit. I wonder if a medium 1-stop is doable. Can I remove that stint? Medium 1-stop is doable, but probably quite slow in comparison. So what we will actually do is go medium, soft, soft. And we'll do that. I'm going to start on the mediums. I'm going to do a 2-stop. Let me just double check to see what a medium hard is like. Slow AF is the answer. Very, very slow AF. So, yeah, it's medium, soft, soft then. That's the plan. Medium, soft, soft. That's pretty simple. I daren't take any fuel out now because of the way that the last Grand Prix went. So we will run slightly heavy potentially, but that's a more manageable situation than needing to save fuel at the end and costing yourself a victory, isn't it, Chesnoid? Decent parking, decent parking. Softs on Behrman, softs on Stroll, they're in 6th as well, but mediums elsewhere, I believe. Alonso rocketing off the line, everybody else behind relatively slow. I anticipated a bit of a bunch up there, and we've made the most of that. That is P7 already. And Verstappen's going to be on his heels here. And that might even be P6 if I can get around the outside rim. He's going to have the inside racing line. Had to get out of the throttle to avoid contact. But that is some places made. 2 places made. I might try and get Max in here. Oh, stop, car. Thank you. No, Max is going to have me back again. Deary me. I don't think she was going to stop for a minute there. The car is certainly heavier than it was in qualifying, that's for sure. Bloody hell.
Okay, the start
that was a bit nuts.
Let's try and move forward.
I could easily have just wiped everybody out the race there. Car was nowhere near as stoppy thing as it was in practice or qualifying then. Cannot afford to lose too far behind Max. Do not want to lose DRS for the next lap. Those soft-tyred runners in front will be able to go quite a way on those softs as well, so let's get that battery going. God, the car is really heavy. Really heavy. Charles Leclerc with the fastest lap of the race. Closing in on Max though.
DRS will be enabled this lap. You can use it when
I'll save battery where I can. Ollie Behrman's going to think about it and then think better of it, which is the correct opinion, Ollie. Get ourselves up to the back of that group in front again, shall we? No DRS here for Max either, which is good news. They will start to bunch up though in front in the tighter turns. Starting to find out very quickly I am not competitive here. I'm not fast. I've got no pace. We're in trouble. It's going to be a long afternoon if this is what we have to deal with for the rest of the race. Not sure where the detection point is. It's there. I might have DRS here. I do not. I'm in trouble. This is going to bring the title fight right towards Lando and Charles. I might not be leading the title charge as we head to Las Vegas. Some of them in front are on softs, got to factor that in. But I'm not competitive here. Behrman's going to have me. Alonso might even come and have a go as well. Maybe we could be tactical here, and if I can stay with Behrman, maybe we can get ourselves back into contention, but oof. I have to hope that we're very fast on those softs at the end of the race. The race will come to us a little bit later on. All over the shop. I'm all over the shop. No traction in the slower traction zones. Out the hairpin there, and round here I've got absolutely nothing in terms of bite on the rear tyre. Front still nips in quite nicely, but other drivers have definitely got better traction than me. 5% wear after 6 laps on the left. 2-stop I think is still the fastest way to go about it, but I think our tyre wear might be okay. I think as soon as those soft-tyred runners start to go off, we have to start picking them off. I think Behrman's rears are starting to go already after 6.5 laps, because we're able to maintain pace with him now. So we might have to try and make the overtake. It might be better actually to be led by Alonso here as a train. I'd be better off letting Fernando take the lead. Although if he just gets away from us, then that's just another position we've lost. Whereas Ollie Behrman, certainly we're comfortable in sticking with, and now in this situation very confident that I could overtake if I needed to. To be honest, I think it might be race critical that we make an overtake soon. Slightly defensive to Alonso here into one. I go deep, running wide, whilst trying not to lose time on Ollie, but they're 3.5 seconds away now in front in that other train. I think at the end of this lap I'm going to try and take Ollie Behrman into turn 1. I think I've just got to use my battery and get the job done. Use my battery and the DRS. Just get the job done. And the outside into 1. Here we go. Right, I don't think I'm going to be able to pull a gap.
You made it look so easy.
But I think I'm better off leading this train at the minute than I am sitting behind Ollie Behrman, just losing more and more time. Like I say, it's probably better that Alonso leads this train, or leads this trio. But I couldn't guarantee that I'll be able to stick with him, so I'm a bit apprehensive to let him lead in case he just disappears as well. We are definitely not in the hunt for the win here. This undercut is going to have to work wonderfully for me if I'm to stand any chance. Alonso's going for it on Behrman. He's not gotten it though, not confident enough to stick it on the inside and maintain the position. Just another second gone to those in front. What would you do strategically, chat? Would you switch to a medium soft, or would you go medium soft medium? Sorry, would you switch to a medium soft? Would you switch to a medium soft medium, or would you stick with the medium soft? Well, you guys are all very much on board with a medium soft switch of strategy. Using the mediums next will mean that if there's a safety car later in the Grand Prix, we will struggle to adjust strategy accordingly, but that's okay.
We're getting some strange readings from a couple of the sensors.
We know that the soft tyre can go quite a way as well.
So keep doing what you're doing. I'll let you know if we notice any genuine problems.
All right, thanks, Mark. It's 14% wear after 16 laps. So tyre wear is not a concern on the mediums at all, really. I think damage limitation is us finishing 5th at the minute. I'll ask about Gasly's strategy, actually.
Gasly's ahead of you. Okay, gap to the
Any
car in front.
2-stopping soft runners will box next lap-ish.
They're on old softs. Their tyres are 18 laps old. Okay, we think they've got 2 stops remaining.
So I think Gasly's going to stop next lap.
19.5.
When the 1 stoppers will stop, I don't know.
Keep it going.
Gasly's in now, doing an undercut to try and get back ahead of Stroll, I think. It says to me Stroll is 1 stopping then, if he's not stopped this lap.
Okay, gap ahead, 8.0 seconds.
Here comes Fernando.
Old softs. Their tyres are 20 laps old. We think they've got 1 more stop.
Yeah.
And the
A couple more behind in, but most are 1 stopping here.
Okay, we're dropping back by around 4/10 a lap. Give it everything you got.
So presumably Alonso is 1 stopping as well. He's going to take me here.
Their tyres are 20 laps old. Okay, we think they've got 2 stops remaining. 2 stops remaining.
Yeah, Alonso's 2 stopping as well.
1:18.
See, now I'm behind Alonso. I don't know whether to try and use his pace and stick with him. See what happens to the gaps. We were contemplating boxing next lap. Can't help, I'm just better off sticking with Alonso at the minute and hoping that we can close the gap. Alonso's in. Okay. Alonso's going medium soft then, I think. Norris is in as well. We'll wait and see what they do and react accordingly. Right, they have indeed gone medium behind. So I'm going to run soft tyres next and then make a decision later in the race. Or do I go medium as well? And try and stick with Alonso. Oh, I just don't know what to do. I just don't know what to do. Lance is one stopping on the softs, I'm certain of that. Ollie Behrman is one stopping on the softs, we're certain of that. I could make a medium soft work. I'm sure I can make a medium soft work. I'm going to stay out till 26 and run the original strategy. I'm going to run the original strategy. Medium, soft. We'll box next lap. After changing strategy in our minds about 5 different times, we are going medium, soft. Lance Stroll leads still. Behrman now running P2. We're boxing from second. And we'll come out, hopefully, about Alonso.
That was a fantastic
Alonso is that he's gone medium too. Hamilton's in behind me as well. It's a long pit lane exit. I think Fernando might have had a bit of a slow stop. I might get out ahead of the... No, I'm not going to get out ahead of him here.
Okay, one stop to go. Just one.
I might get out ahead of him here. We're out ahead of Alonso, just. Although he's taken the speed through the first couple of turns. And we'll take the position. But on soft tyres now, we're going to be the faster car for sure.
Okay, mate, Alonso's ahead of you. We don't want to let this hold us up too long, so do your best to get past and get on with the race.
Right, effectively 40 qualifying laps from here then. Behrman in the box. So that one-stop soft set have done 27 laps.
Good job on hitting that target, mate. Nice work. Still a long way to go, though.
Oh, I'm all over the place there. So now we have a new set of softs and a new set of mediums.
Car ahead now, running medium.
So we can switch to whichever strategy we want from this position now. Depending on red flags, safety cars, etc, etc. This strategy just gives us more options later in the race if we feel like we need to change strategy. Lando and Max are stuck behind an RB. Gasly is now significantly holding up Lando and Max here, which is meaning that we are significantly closing on that trio. Gasly went soft, so his tyres are really struggling now. It's only going to hold them up for a couple of laps. I'm sure they'll get past, but it's bringing them back towards us a little bit. Gap to Lance has been hovering about 3 seconds for a couple of laps now. Can't seem to close it any more than where it currently is. But we're definitely pulling away from Carlos Sainz in 9th, but we know how much of a dog that house car is based on its qualifying speed. There you go, Lando set free, is now set the fastest lap of the race. Look at the way he's closed in on George Russell as well. Lando is on it right now. He's gunning for a victory. If he can catch Charles Leclerc, Alonso might get me here. He's going to have a look. He's going to have a go. He, again, isn't going to be brave enough to throw up the inside and make it stick. It is going to cost me a little bit of time. Just seeing off that attempt. He's going to go for it again into the hairpin. I think we'll use a little bit of battery to just try and defend. Brake a bit later. Hold the position. Trying not to lose too much time to those in front, but this is costing us now, battling with Fernando. But I don't know if I'll be able to stick with him if he overtook me. Maybe, just like before, letting Fernando lead is the better idea. We'll give it a go. I mean, I've lost half a second to Stroll on this lap alone. So I've got to try something, because just getting attacked by Fernando lap after lap isn't working. So I'll let him have me, and then we'll try and take his pace to the end of the race. Sauber is about to get lapped already, but boxed very early, Esteban Ocon. He didn't. He's just dead. Is he just dead? Is his pace really that bad? Ocon, he must have spun or something. Ocon running dead last and just well behind everybody else. That's really strange. Or maybe he's got front wing damage and just hasn't changed his wing. It's another certain possibility. The more likely outcome, knowing the AI on this game. I think Fernando's actually saving tyres now, annoyingly. He's taken me and is now running a little slower. Maybe yo-yoing DRS with Fernando Alonso is the way. Gasly in the box. So that'll be P7 for us. And this will then be P6 when we take this position now. So maybe DRS yo-yoing with Fernando is the way to catch Lance Stroll. P5 still the aim for the end of the race. Take Fernando again. Swoop on the outside. Trying to close on Lance. I could switch to a medium set now and take it to the end of the race and hope that that undercut can get me ahead of Lance. I am tempted to give that a go, considering just the nature of the race right now. I'm going to box this lap. I'm going to switch again. Changing my mind about strategy all the time, but it's race situation specific at the minute. And hopefully, by boxing to mediums now, we can put in the pace to undercut Lance Stroll, who is running on his own, as I will be when I come out of the pits. And then fingers crossed, we can just hang on with good race pace and decent track positioning. Switch strategy and... Team have done me dirty with a dodgy stop. Right, mediums to the end.
That was our last
and then we've got a set of softs if there's a safety car or a red flag. Pit stop has cost me a hefty chunk of time and probably ruined any chance I had of actually being able to do any sort of undercut. But, you know, that's out of my control, unfortunately, at this stage. I am indeed on softs. I thought I'd switch to mediums there. Sick. So I've shot myself in the 30 for more. I could have sworn I switched to mediums. Good. Good. Sick. Yellow flag. I think a Sauber has a puncture, which is not going to affect anything. Oh, I could have sworn I switched to mediums there. I'm so annoyed. I think this Sauber is about to get a puncture as it comes up. Or he spun, maybe. Oh, his engine's gone. Okay, that's why. Well, that's not going to cause a safety car of any sort. He's just going to pull over to the side of the track. Oh, mate, I'm so pissed. This is a brand new set of softs, but they've now got to go a long way. Oh, God, what is my luck? I could have sworn I switched to mediums. I must not have done it before pulling into the pits. Oh, goody, good, 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 good. Well, we were going to box in 4 laps time for another set of softs anyway. Never mind. We go and go again. Yeah, Esteban is running with front wing damage. That's why he's so slow. He's not got a left front end plate. His wing is broken. That's why he's going so slowly. Gasly's just set the fastest lap of the race. Teo Pourchaire is now retired.
Okay, really,
well, that's nowhere near
nicely. There's a long way to go in this
a safety car from that position either.
Okay, gap to the car in front, 7.5 seconds.
We are massively gaining on those in front, but that's not surprising considering we're on a brand new set of softs. They all have to pit again. Fuel is not of a concern right now, I don't think. Start to see boxes again in the next couple of laps. We'll make some more positions. We're going to be very hard pushed to make that P5 now, though. It's going to be P6 or 7, I think, for us today, and Lando's currently running P2. I think we might be about to lose top spot in the championship. Yeah, Gabriel confirmed he's out for the rest of the season. Fastest lap of the race.
Fastest lap of the race so far.
I'll lose that before the end because everyone else, or the majority of other people, have to stop again for a set of softs, so we won't keep that. Not that I'd get a point for it where I am currently anyway. And next year we won't get a point for it anyway because they've removed the rule, so... Still no idea why. Don't know as any explanation was ever given as to why they removed the fastest lap point, but never mind. P14 still, and trying to close as many gaps as possible. Couple in. Some positions made. There's Alonso, out on his softs now. So he's going to the end on those. He's going to be so much faster than me. That mistake, going to softs rather than mediums, is just going to ensure that we definitely don't finish top 5 here. After seeing the times in qualifying and how close they were, I genuinely thought race pace was going to be particularly competitive here, but they're just so much stronger in the traction zones that it's unraceable at times. It's not quite Brazil bad, but certainly it's going to be one of our weaker Grand Prix of the season. But we do have some of our stronger Grand Prix coming up with Las Vegas and Qatar and Abu Dhabi, given previous season's experience anyway. So we live in hope that the championship is still very much alive, but this is going to blow it wide open in the short term. Very, very much so. Especially if Charles gets the win and finishes ahead of Lando, who's just boxed again, actually. Lando's just boxed again, whereas the others haven't. So we shall wait and see if Lando might actually inherit the lead with an undercut here. I'd rather Charles won and it was a three-way fight for the title than Lando won and just pulled further ahead of me, actually. If they take points off each other, then that's just more beneficial for me. George and Charles coming out of the pits here, and Lando's going to take George. I think they're going to come out next to each other. Oh, that's tight. Lando still second for the time being, as Fernando Alonso sets the fastest lap of the race behind me, trying to close me down. If George can finish second ahead of Lando, that's massive for me. And with Hamilton currently P7 and yet to make another pit stop, then the Constructors' Championship is just going to become more and more strongly weighted in our favour. With 3 races and a sprint to go after this. There's nothing I can do about Fernando now.
Right, the gap to the teammate ahead of
Another fastest lap of the race for him.
7 seconds.
Oh man, that sucks. Really, really, really sucks. Whether, if I'd have stopped to mediums and not unfortunately messed it up with a flashback, I'd have had a better finish anyway. I don't know. Probably, maybe not. Don't know at this stage. But it was damage limitation before the race started, and then we've just caused some more damage throughout the course of the race, so it's double damage limitation in this race. Hamilton is slow at the minute. Gasly's just down the road as well. Behrman, I think, has to stop again, maybe. But we're looking more and more likely of a P7 or 8 here rather than a P5 or 6. Russell, fastest lap of the race to try and stay ahead of Lando. And Fernando is well and truly gone. He's going to have a tyre advantage on me for the entirety of the rest of the race. So, I'm knackered. He's just had a 15.8 for crying out loud. Behrman's one-stopping, isn't he? Behrman's one-stopping. Gasly and Hamilton is one-stopping too. So their tyres are very worn. Stroll is one-stopping and currently leading. When I changed my mind about what pit strategy I was on, it was based on trying to undercut Lance Stroll, with me forgetting that he was one-stopping. So Lance Stroll actually still leads the race, although Charles Leclerc is now right behind him. Stroll is going to have a really strong finish here with that one stop. It's worked out very well for him. Could throw a spanner in the works late in the race with a front few. Alonso's gotten it done this time. Alonso through on Hamilton. My fear is that the others are able to utilise the DRS off Alonso in the short term to help them stay ahead of me. There's still 10 laps to go, but my tyres are 23% worn. Theirs will be very worn as well, because a couple of one-stopping, Behrman and Hamilton. So I'm not sure what the pace difference is going to be like between the three of us at the end of the race, with their medium tyres having gone further than my softs, but my softs obviously wearing faster than their mediums. It looks like Fernando is doing to them what he did to me and just buggering off down the road with super fresh, quick tyres. DRS on the back of Hamilton now. Alonso is through Behrman as well and about to try and take Gasly too. There's a possibility we could finish ahead of Behrman and Hamilton here. But I need my tyres to hang on at the end of the race. Alonso's taking Gasly as well. That really didn't take long. Behrman is the slower of the three of us right here. So Lewis will probably look to take him. But I might be able to take them both within the next couple of laps, hopefully. Every single last extra World Championship point this afternoon is going to make a big difference at the end of the season. With Lando past George and running P2 again. Lewis goes one way. Don't really want to make that three wide. But we'll take the two positions. Thank you, gents. Lewis is still there. Well, that might be a good thumbnail opportunity. 3 into turn 1. Now the question is, can we catch Pierre Gasly? 2.5 seconds. 5.5 laps. Probably not. But P7 is a possibility now. Which would be 4 World Championship points? Or 6 for 7th, I can't remember. 1, 2, 4, 6. If I can get Gasly, which it looks like I won't be able to because he's pulled half a second in this lap alone. If I can get Gasly, we still lead the championship if Lando finishes second. If I can't get Gasly and I finish P8, I am second in the championship by a single point. If I lose any more positions again, we just fall further behind. Lando's actually P3 again. Please, George, do me a goddamn favour, lad. Balls.
Okay, we've lost a position.
Yeah.
That's us down a place.
I might still finish 10th here. My rear tyres are not having fun right now. My rear tyre on the left is really not having much fun right now. It's going to be, as Gasly's gone, it's going to be a real battle to try and finish ahead of Hamilton and Behrman at the minute. With my soft tyres now becoming worse and worse compared to their mediums lap by lap. George still leads Lando though, which is crucial for me. He says as Lando's probably about to take P2. Lando's taken P2. Good. Oh, it gets worse. If we're in with a chance of yo-yoing with Lewis, I need to make sure I am ahead at the right point.
The car behind's gaining on you by 0.5 a lap.
Shut up. There's the position again. Round the outside, round the outside, round the outside. Chick, chick, wah. George is back ahead on the penultimate lap. But it probably just means that Lando's going to take him on lap 66. Which 60 sucks. If George can somehow hang on into turn 1 here, then I think we might still just lead the championship at the end of the race. If not, we will be behind by a single point, and Charles will be even closer than he's ever been since the very beginning of the season. George still in front. As we begin our last lap, George Russell is still P2. I think George might have just done enough to help us maintain our championship lead if I'm able to finish in 8th by the end of this race. Charles Leclerc is going to win it. I can't remember what the gap to Charles was, but I think it was it 20 something? No, that was constructors. It was 28, wasn't it? 13 to Lando is the one that sticks out in my mind. And with Lando scoring 15 points for a current P3, and me getting 4 points for a current P8, I think I'll lead the championship by 2 points as we head to Las Vegas next time out. Provided I can get across the line before Lewis Hamilton or Ollie Behrman behind me, which is not a guarantee at the minute. Charles Leclerc wins for Ferrari. They'll close the gap in the constructors, albeit ever so slightly, but still it's enough to keep them in the hunt for that, for back-to-back Ferrari World Championships, constructors-wise. Charles is trying to make it another championship in a row for him too. I just saw my fuel light flashing and absolutely panicked, but we have plenty left, and we will make it to the line, and we will finish P8. Damage limitation is certainly the phrase. Not an ideal weekend in the slightest. Pierre Gasly, driver of the day, who did a very good job actually. Pierre, he had a great race. That RB is quick in this save right now. Charles Leclerc will close up. We'll have a look and see what the championship looks like at the end of the end of the round. 4 points for me. 15 for Lando. Where did Pierre start? He started 5th. 5th to 7th isn't really driver of the day material for me, to be completely honest. 10th to 6th for Fernando would be pretty decent. 4th to a P2 for George. 14th to 9th for Lewis. Strange that Gasly got driver of the day, but fair enough. I don't think we'll make 94 rated before the end of the season, unfortunately, but 93 is still pretty bleeding decent. What does the championship look like as we head towards the next Grand Prix in Las Vegas? Now, one imagines that it's going to be dry in Las Vegas with it being the desert, but with it being November and a night race, you can't guarantee anything. More resources will be added, but at the minute, I'm more concerned about what the driver's standings looks like. Oh my lord. With 3 rounds to go, I lead by 2. And then there is a single further points back to Charles. This title fight has been blown wide open by a poor showing in Portugal. 3 points separate the top 3 drivers with 3 rounds to go. Yikes. We have traditionally been strong in Qatar and Las Vegas, but Las Vegas has been very heavily helped by safety cars on both occasions, or red flags. Either way, we've certainly had a giant helping hand in getting a win in Vegas. Qatar, we've been the best driver on the field. At Abu Dhabi, we've had 2 strong finishes in P2 as well, although we might have had some safety car help in one or both. But as we head into the final 3 rounds plus a sprint in Qatar, we lead the championship by 2 points and then a further point back from there. It's going to be quite tight. You are not going to want to miss the end of this World Championship, I dare say. So do make sure you subscribe to this second channel to ensure that you don't miss out on the end of this World Championship. And I will see you in the next round in Las Vegas very soon. I'm just going to go and check and see what the weather's going to do, though. I don't think we want anything other than balanced for a tyre set at Vegas. So we will leave it on balance, which it currently is, and we shall head to the race weekend. Now, it should be dry, but stranger things have happened. Be cold, but it should be dry in Las Vegas. Please be dry. Aha! It is mixed conditions for the race. We will start dry, but we will end very wet. Well, if your appetite wasn't wet enough for the next Grand Prix, that certainly might well add a little bit of saliva to the mouth. That is all for this one. The chaos continues, and it's anyone's championship. If this sort of title fight happens in real life, that would be unbelievably phenomenal. But we shall wait and see what happens in this save. Thank you very much for watching, guys. Appreciate your support as ever. I'll see you in the next one.